I don't know if it's confession or the damage, but I'm so far gone I can't remember where I landed. It's getting harder just to be a Martian these days, when everybody tries to pretend that they're a new wave. And I don't know if I'm a martyr or to be saved. Better to be the predator than prey. We stay. I need you to come home and find me, save me. I need you to hide me and take me to safety. I need you. Yeah, I need you.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the Mike Files. You're here with me today, Michael File, here in the studios at home, 52 miles east of Yellowstone Park at the Casa del File. We're going to have Keldren Joshua on here in a little bit. He's got a new band. Actually, he's bringing the old band back together. So we're going to have some, hopefully have some cuts from that and get him out there. So anyway, what's good, y'all? Same old around here, you know. Just plugging through this winter shit, this wind and everything that won't let up. It's relentless. Hopefully we'll have Tyler in a little bit later today too. So not sure what time we're going to be coming at you, but it'll be soon. So we'll have Keldren Joshua coming from Los Angeles. And I heard one of his cuts earlier that he sent to me, and the shit's fire. So I'm gonna try and cut that together, put that on a piece. That was Brandon Hart that you just heard there, my boy out in L.A. and good dude. Check out his music, Brandon Hart. He's good shit. Same with Tom McDonald, Nova Rockefeller, all them cats, Mad Child, all good stuff. So. Had a few other things we're going to unpack, and we will get to that here in just a little bit. So with that, we're going to be right back with Keldren, K-Pook, the mayor, Keldren Joshua, out of Los Angeles, be coming here just momentarily. He just got to get out of the store and get to a place where I can plug him in and we can do a little remote interview. Anyway, hope everybody got through Christmas all right. We got New Year on the way. Who gives a shit? It's just another day. That's kind of my motto. It's just another day. It don't matter. Each day is a gift. And that's really about all you can look at it like. I mean, you know, my New Year's resolution is no resolution. I mean, live every day like it's a gift, because it is. And putting a date on shit don't matter. It's like the same stupid thing as, I mean, like these holidays and that. Like every day should be a holiday. You know what I mean? Every day. Like not just today or because it's a certain date. It's like Valentine's Day. It's like the idea of church, right? Like you can go be a piece of shit all week and just be a jackass, and then you put on some fancy clothes and you go down there and you put some write that check, put that money in that offering tray, and all of a sudden you're okay. It's like Valentine's Day. You know what, fool? If you're in love, then you're in love. Every day should be Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? And all these holidays are, in my opinion, they're just a commercialized way to get you to spend money, right? Like how many people went into debt over Christmas this year? How many? I've done it. It's stupid. And you buy the kids all this stuff, man, and what happens to it? You tell me that. You tell me that. Sorry for the cling, clang, clang. I'm a little parched. But you spend all that money on, the tree, and you got all the presents. I mean, think about what you could do with that. I mean, you take kids on a vacation, something that they won't forget. They're going to forget the Xbox controllers. They're going to forget the headphones. They're going to forget the hoverboards. They're going to forget whatever the fuck it is that they got to have. And there comes a time, I think, that we need to kind of reconfigure what we're teaching children as a society with these holidays and shit. Because don't get me wrong, there ain't nothing wrong with spending time with your family, but why can't you do that shit every day? Why can't you do that once a week? Why can't you have Christmas once a week? And I'm not talking about the gifts or that, but have a meal with the people that you care about. You know what I mean? It's like we get caught up so deeply in these goofy lives that we run with this rat race and shit, you know? I mean, we get so worried and just jammed up and gummed up in this bullshit. And, you know, it's silliness. It's absolute silliness. You know? Every day can be a holiday. And I think people started to realize that with all the lockdowns and everything that happened. I don't know. I think people's mindset has gone through a, you know, kind of a metamorphosis. Be, but well, the holidays are fun and this and that and the other thing. But I mean, you know, why the hell is why is the 31st a night to go out and just get stupid? Because it's a new year. Guess what? Guess what, fool? Your day on the 1st of January, nothing's changed. Ain't nothing changed. Your resolutions that you make, your gym membership that you're going to go use for 6 days or whatever. I used to hate that when I was in the gym. Man, New Year's, I hated it because the gym would be packed with these fools. They had these resolutions and they wouldn't do shit. They wouldn't do shit. They come in there, they wander around for maybe a couple days and then they disappear and you never see their ass again. And, you know, I mean, when I came out of the joint, I had fools hit me up like, dude, you fucking cut up, you know, this New Year, man, it's like, why wait till New Year? Like, if you got something you got to do, start it today. Start it today. Don't wait for, it's like when people I talk to about like quitting smoking cigarettes, right? Well, how did you do it? I said, I looked at the pack of cigarettes and I looked at my kid and I said, you know what? I'm being a terrible example. That was 4 years ago. I crushed him up. I didn't finish the pack. I crushed them, threw them in the trash. All my homeboys, they were like, we would have smoked them. It's like, I bought them. They're mine. I threw them away. And I haven't looked back on that. And hopefully I never do. I mean, it's been long enough now. I mean, I can't stand to smell cigarettes now. I can't stand it. I used to not be able to, I mean, I wasn't even smoking that much. I'd go out on the golf course and I had to have that, you know, that one cigarette. Like I'd get on the back nine and I'd have to have that number 12 whole cigarette, you know? I mean, I'm asking friends, can I, you know, you know, can I smoke in your car? You know, oh, stupid. But that's the thing, you know, I mean, it's like, you got to throw that shit away. So with the new year and all that, I'm saying, hey, New Year starts whenever you want it to start. Your new day starts whenever you want it to start. At that moment, it doesn't matter if it's 2 a.m. on a Monday on February 3rd. It's up to you. You know, this concept, this build up to these holidays and all this shit. It's silly. And you got to look at these things as like, who stands to fucking benefit from this? All right. How much do you think Walmart came up this year? How much has Walmart come up over the years? I mean, you're talking about billions. I mean, they're paying their people a hell of a lot better right now, but you know, workers are at a premium right now because people have realized what kind of bullshit they're participating in being a wage slave. People have started to understand that this wage slave bullshit is garbage. Just punching the clock. Now, granted, some of you out there I know have great jobs and you love your jobs, and that's awesome. I'm very, very, very happy for you. But there are a lot. The majority of people out there cannot stand their job. Why do we have the biggest amount of heart attacks on Mondays? I mean, you got hump day. I mean, everybody is going through their week just waiting for Friday, and then Friday comes and you're sitting there and you can't wait to get out of there. And then the boss comes in and says, yeah, you know, pulls the old lumber. Yeah, well, I'm going to go ahead and need you to work Saturday. And, you know, I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in on Sunday too. Yeah. How many people deal with that? No way in ever signing me up for that ever again. There's no fucking way possible that I would ever sign on for any of that shit again. I'll never work for a wage. I'll never work for a paycheck ever again. And it's difficult to go through that transformation in your mindset and in your life, but you can do it. And you need to do something, I mean, you need to find something that makes you content, that makes you whole, that makes you happy. And then from there, the money, I mean, obviously we got to have it. It's a necessity. But you know what? We're at a point right now. I just saw we're 29.5 trillion and ticking. I mean, we're going to hit 30 trillion. What's that money? 30 trillion of what? $30 trillion. I mean, I don't want to get into the whole thing, but I mean, you think about it. You think about what we do for this money, what we sacrifice for this money, the people that we fuck off for this money, the family that we fuck off for this money, ourselves, our own lives. You think about it, man. I mean, what's the deal? You go to school, right? You learn how to raise your hand. You learn how to stand in line. You learn how to ask permission to go to the fucking bathroom. Nah. And then what? You graduate from high school, right? Bust your ass to try and get some decent grades so you can go to college. But now it don't matter. Everybody goes to college. Okay, so now if everybody goes to college, then I mean, really, what's the point there? Right? They're just conforming. So you go and you learn their liberal, fucked up, woke agenda from these goofy professors that ain't never worked a day in their life. They ain't got no fucking blisters on their fucking hands, right? Like my knuckles are calloused, dude. I mean, my hands are calloused because not only do I do this, but I do work. I make shit. I build shit. I do work. I work on my vehicles. I mean, I've always got my hands in something. I mean, if these hands could talk, and they do a little bit, if you can see what they're, I mean, there's, I mean, there it is. Less talk, more walk, even though I'm sitting here talking to you. The irony of it. No, but seriously, I'm just saying, if you're caught up in some shit that, that just is, your life is short. It's short. And when you think about life. Like life is vibrance. You think about the thought about being alive, like it's a gift and it's fleeting and it's leaving you. And so everybody talks about, you got to make sacrifice. Well, sure you do. Of course, there's things that are important. And you do sacrifice for others, you sacrifice for those you love. And that's fine, but there also shouldn't just be a mandatory sacrifice of your time and your soul. I mean, because so many people are just out there working these jobs that are soulless. I mean, every time I got a call, a number for this, that, and the other thing, or you call a governmental agency and you got to deal with them. I mean, you get somebody on the other end of the line, they're just cold. Like it ain't a personal conversation. And you got to think about it. Think about it like when you call like DMV or any place. That person on that other end, that phone rings. I remember working jobs like that, that phone ring. It's just like, here we go. And then you got to psych yourself. You got to answer and you got to put on a happy face. And all you're trying to do is get off the phone with these people and do the least amount that you can. I mean, and that ain't what life's about. It's silly. It's absolutely stupid. We've backed ourselves into these corners here. And at the end of the day, we do things that, basically whoring ourselves out. For what? A paycheck? So you can pay on your mortgage and then the whole fucking economy collapses and the bank can come foreclose on your house and then turn around and sell it to the next sucker that comes down the road? Oh, we see the sun's coming out a little bit, got it coming through the shades. But anyway, we're gonna have Mr. Joshua on here in a little bit. Tyler being here. Hopefully, Ricardo's doing well down there in Mexico City. I haven't talked to him. I need to get in touch with him. He'll be back here soon. And we're just gonna keep rolling with it. Ain't no New Year resolution, nothing like that. We're just gonna keep rolling. I've been having all kinds of software, hardware problems, things of that nature. I've been having camera problems, been having mic problems, been having computer problems. I mean, things are getting dropped. I've been putting out laggy streams and shit like that. I'm trying to get it all dialed in. And hopefully I've got it dialed in at this point. But I'm going to keep fucking up. I encourage you to do the same. Embrace your fuck ups. Because that's the only way you get better. That's the only way you learn. You don't learn by going through the motions and having every day be mediocre, okay, kind of just laissez-faire. You know, you get better by having those days where you got to grind through shit, where you got to struggle. You got to fucking sit there and figure out where the fuck am I going to come up with this money for this? Where am I going to, and most of the time it don't come from that fucking job. It comes, I mean, you'll find that, at least I found in my personal life, by going out and taking those risks and jumping off and doing those things that, everybody thinks you're crazy for doing. Guess what, fool? Those are the things that you need to do. That's where you are going to get better. That's where you're going to come up. Not only, you're going to come up mentally, you're going to come up, I mean, physically, you're going to feel better, monetarily, it's going to come around to you, I mean, if what you're doing is actually, if there's integrity to it, and if it's something that you're passionate about, that's the big thing, is that you got to have the passion to do what you're doing. And if it's just a shitty cheese job to pay the bills, I mean, it's sucking the life out of you, literally and figuratively, every fucking day, because every day you spend behind that desk for somebody else, doing whatever it is you do, selling shit on a sales floor, whatever it might be. And like I said, some of you out there do have the dream jobs that you love, and more power to you. If that's the case for you, then hey, I'm happy for you. I mean, nothing but love for it. But that's the main thing, and that's the key word that it comes down to, is love right there. Do you love what you're doing? Do you love where you're at in life? And if you don't, change it. I mean, you can go sideways. I used to always say this, man. You hit the bottom, and there's two ways you can go. You can go sideways and walk like a crab on the bottom, or you can fucking crouch down and plant your feet and fucking rise up. Get your ass back up to the surface, and there's a long ways to go to get back there. But you know what? It's worth the fight, and it's worth the struggle, and it's those times, it's the fight and the struggle that mean the most to you. It's not the times that you're on the top that mean the most in life. It's not. Those are not the times in life that mean the most. It's the times when you were beat down. I mean, for me, it was being locked in a motherfucking cage and going through times like that. I mean, you lose everything. They try to take your soul. They try to take your spirit. They try to take everything from you. And I was at that point where they'd almost done it a couple times, but I never let them do it. Never let them do it. And they didn't, and they still won't today. And I still go through shit all the time. But if life was, I mean, look at the people that you know in life, the people that I know that got that money, that fuck you money, that money that everybody thinks they want. Oh man, if I just had this, if I had that money, then everything would be okay. But then you look at those people that got that money and they're miserable. They're miserable. They're cheating on their spouse. They're not paying attention to their kids. They're buying their kids off. They're not spending time with them. That means more than anything. And I mean, it's tough. I'm at the point right now. I mean, I got a kid. He's just about 14 years old, and he's difficult to spend time with. And I cherish every little bit that we get to spend together, because he don't want to be around me. Like, I mean, I look at myself and I think, oh, I'm a pretty cool dad, right? Like, I'm down with this, that, the other thing. I mean, I'm doing this, doing that, but it's that age doesn't want nothing to do with you. And he's got to go out and figure it out for himself. And, you know, I'll just try and be here when he does need me, you know, which those times are becoming less and less. Um, but that's part of life too. I mean, everybody has to go through that catharsis. Everybody has to metamorphosize into what they're becoming. I mean, because every day we're becoming something else, I mean, unless you get bogged down in the BS of what society tells you got to do. I mean, if that's what you feel like doing, I mean, the world needs custodians too, I suppose. But you know, I mean, at any given second and any day, just know that you can change it. You can make that leap. Now, do you got a plan for it? Yeah, you do, but you got to figure out what it is you want to, where you want to go. Like it took me a long time to get to the point to realize that this is something that I want to do. And it's been difficult, it has been. I mean, I'm not making a lot on this, I mean, I'm grateful for anybody who tunes in. So, I mean, if you are, I mean, and I hate to be that guy, but it really does mean a lot if you hit the like button. It means a lot to me if you subscribe. And it means a lot to me if you just reach out, and I'm trying to get back at people. But understand, I mean, I'm looking at my phone. I've got 400 and some odd voicemails, 500 text messages. And I mean, you understand every time, I mean, I'm trying to get back to people, but every response then requires more and more and more, which is fine. I'm cool with that. I mean, I love y'all, and I would like to be able to spend that time with each and every one of you. And I'm trying to figure out how to go about it and incorporate everybody into what I'm doing, and hopefully doing something that gives all you listeners out there some perspective and some goodness, and maybe maybe a way to look at things a little bit differently, because I think that we all we lose track of what's really important. And I think we sacrifice a lot of ourselves to things and to people and to enterprises that are not good for us. And the old adage goes, I mean, basically, if you're not taking care of you, then how can you take care of anybody else? So, I mean, if in your life you're not happy, then regardless of the fact, if you're paying the bills and everything else, if you're not happy, then you're really not doing it for, say your kids, your spouse, your significant other, your partner, whatever, or just for you, I mean, at the end of the day, it's about you, you know, you were born alone and you're going to go out of this world alone, and nobody come in with you. Ain't nobody go out with you unless you're a twin. And even then you were born at different times, not to get into arguing semantics or whatever. But anyway, I've babbled on long enough. So I'm going to take a quick break and be back with Mr. Keldren Joshua. And we're going to put a little more of, let's see if I can find some more Brandon Hart here. We'll go with that Brandon Hart deal today. So here we go. All right. We'll be back. We'll be back. Back.
I've been up all night trying to figure this out. I drank a half a bottle of whiskey, sat down on my couch. Couldn't believe what they were talking about when someone said they found you dead at your house. And how could this be true? I still needed you. I can't believe that I'll never see you. It must have been so bad I can't begin to even try to explain what you've been through. There's no way out, only a way through. You should have stayed here, I could have saved you. Well, I've been up all night trying to figure this out. I wrote a million different words to let you know how I felt. Nothing really sounds special enough, and They don't have the words to tell how it was when you should have stayed here. I could have saved you. There's no mistake that we couldn't work through. Nobody hates you. They want you safe, dude. Let me all on my own. I can't replace you. There's no way out, only a way through. You should have stayed here. I could have saved you. I've been up all night trying to figure this out. I wrote a million different words to let you know how I felt. You should have stayed here. I could have saved you. I'm sorry, brother. I wish I could have done more. I miss you. I will always love you. You will always hold a space in my heart. This song is for you until we meet again.